Hello. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday. Hey, cat. I see YouTube has still not fixed the new thing. Morning, PCU. AWACS. IO. Lamp. Morning. Yes. It is Sunday morning.
Oh wait, I forgot to put up the laundry. Yeah, you have to embrace your new names with the at. Wait, give me a minute. Gotta get the laundry going. It won't be long because it's not like, I mean, it's not like the actual laundry. We did that yesterday, but like the weekly towel wash and shit. Anyway, be right back. All right, now I'm back. I'm ready to go for real. Hello. Hey, Bellhound. Morning. It sure is morning today. Anyway, let me open the game. I am so fucking tired. Let me open the game. Hey, Duskblight. You're lucky that I started like 15 minutes late. I got distracted doing something else. But I had to restart the computer. Because sometimes, I don't know if it's a Windows thing or like something that, I don't know, something that installed improperly or whatever. But like sometimes when we turn on the computer, especially if it's like, sometimes, if I use it, like, if it was previously logged into my account, and then like the next day my sister logs into her account, Ooh, simulation exercises. It gets kind of laggy. For like no reason. Then you restart it and it's fine. It's weird. It's weird like that. Am I ready for more French woman? I'm not entirely sure. She still kind of scares me. But like the event so far has been fire. Hey, Asaria. Finally, the next part. Yeah, I could have done this last week, but I remember last week my throat was not cooperating. One click bliss. Okay. Need to restart my modem, but I'm already streaming. Now you have to wait until after stream. But yeah, I am actually pretty excited to read how this thing ends. Claim all resend. Dispatch income withdraw. Commissions. Claim all. Going through all the things that I have not grabbed because I do not log into the game. What is this? Epithelium trace. Oh, for remodeling patterns. Interesting. Electrocrystals. So oh yeah, as I said, I'm picking up the shit that I need to pick up. Am I even playing this game? Couldn't be me. I mean, I probably will play it more if it weren't for Musume. Musume just takes priority above all. Those dang Hanses. I should probably log in at least to grab my dailies from Girls Frontline, but like, you know how it is. Am I having energy? Those dang horses. Man. Why is Musume so good? I haven't really played that much this week either, though. I've been... I haven't been, like, super busy, but, like, I've been kind of keeping myself busy, I guess you could say. Anyway, speaking of keeping myself busy, let me use I gotta make sure I'll be free next Friday. Speaking of keeping myself free, I know Musume. Gotta make sure. Oh wait, but this is gonna do this thing. That it sends. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Hopefully nothing will happen from here to tomorrow. I have this thing and we use Google Calendar to like mark our availabilities or like non-availabilities. But I gotta log in to like the shared Google Calendar account. But it has two-factor authentication. And I don't feel like pestering people or something. Just to be like, I'm not gonna be available next Friday. Don't talk to me. I got important things to do, by which I mean torturing my horses on a stream. I'm sure it'll be fine. For all I know, it might be a day off or not. I don't know. It's Halloween. I don't know, man. I don't know how Halloween works here. Anyway, story time. Let's jump into it. I have everything. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go. We have a lot to go through. We have many crazy stuff to read, so let's go. There is no time to lose. Let me actually also put the game on screen. That will probably be very helpful. Game capture. Frontline 2. There we go. Yippee! Probably, yeah, I know, right? And the music. We're so on. Still saying the music is so good. This is such a banger. This is such a jam. All right. It is time. Get my voices ready. I really wanna do the challenge mode in heroic difficulty. I can't even do normal mode in heroic difficulty. Challenge mode has heroic difficulty? Wait. Holy shit, it does! I don't even want to think how that feels. Man, there's a weird French woman in the backyard. What's this? I'll use extra stages? Alright. Let's go. Sweet Starling Night. No, Startling Night. Oh, okay. Every corner brings unknown terror. It truly does! Alright, let's fucking go. Do you remember her name, you say? Yes. I accepted my reward, and then I remembered. Huh? Is the reward linked to recovering memories? In that case, me and that other woman should have gotten at least one reward. Clearly, this wasn't our first time playing this game. Not long ago, I saw something bizarre after receiving Florence's reward. In that case, could that have been one of my memories?
I think I knew that woman who was arguing with Mireille. Her name was Pauline. Although, I don't know what kind of relationship we had. Perhaps it's because she knows more now, but Esme's perpetually frightened face has a little smile on it at last. 5 minutes ago, I met Esme under the building for the second attraction, and she started a conversation with me. There were several guests around us, including Mireille and Pauline, who had just had their argument, though they seem to have calmed down now. Aren't you going to talk to them, now that you remember the past? No. From what I remember, they seem trustworthy. Trustworthy? I know it sounds a little paranoid, but don't you think it's likely that the person who built this park might be hiding among us, taking part in the games, watching us run around for the grand prize like clowns? Esme, you might be cooking. Why do you think that? Why, I don't really have a reason for that. It's just a gut feeling. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being oversensitive or something. When I just got here, I didn't remember anything. Just like me. But when I saw Mia... No, it wasn't just Mia or Mireille or Pauline. Truth be told, all the other guests felt familiar, apart from you. Felt familiar. I find myself glancing at Florence. She's the only one here who definitely feels familiar to me. And she's eagerly setting up the next event. When Esme speaks again, I quickly turn my gaze back to her. Getting that reward just now only made me more certain of that. Not only did I remember their names, I even began to recall snippets of memories from when we spent time together. And judging by their reaction, I think they recall a lot, just like me. I suddenly realized why she chose to talk to me instead of the other two. So your memories include everyone but not me. Is that it? Let me think. What you're saying is that it isn't just you, but also Pauline and Mireille who don't remember me. In other words, that makes me the most suspicious person here. It's a perfectly reasonable deduction. It makes so much sense that even I'm beginning to doubt myself. After all, the only person who feels familiar to me here is Florence, the park manager. So, did you remember anything after receiving your reward? No, but I did see the park abandoned. In fact, even after getting my reward, all I saw was... It was also related to the park. Yeah, look at this beautiful park. I remember some things too, but you weren't in my memories. I see. In that case, what did you remember? Esme gulps nervously and carefully watches me, although she's waiting for an answer she's been expecting for a long time. You're not the architect of this place, are you? I see. I thought Esme came to find me just to pry information from me based on what she knew. But now, it seems she's begun suspecting me based on what I just said. All I can remember is this park, and that girl who's acting as the manager. I turn to look at Florence again. Is there anything else? Also, I saw this amusement park, but it was run down and looked completely different from how it does now. Is that what you wanted to learn? Perhaps it was the defensiveness in my eyes, but Esme seems to have realized that she was making her intentions too obvious. No. I didn't mean to suspect you, really. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Esme throws up her hands in panic and her face turns red, but her words have already betrayed her thoughts. It's alright, I don't mind. Truth be told, I'm starting to doubt myself too. I shrug with a bitter smile on my face. Still, now that you've asked so many questions, may I ask some questions of my own? Sure. What exactly was Mia's punishment? She doesn't seem to have shown up in this game. I knew it. You noticed too. I saw it. I saw everything. Those monsters called clowns struck her away, and she might never come back. Might never come back. That ridiculous farce of a roller coaster was not a dream. It actually happened, and things like that will probably keep happening. So this punishment is death. I don't say it, but Esme nods knowingly. Perhaps if the number of guests goes down, we might have a hard time even if we want to work together. At this rate, will anyone be able to clear the events at all? After hearing what Esme said, I immediately tallied up the number of guests present. Apart from Florence and myself, there are 12 other guests here. Hey, randomness. Hey, Sunny. Truly a wonderful place on par with Disneyland and Warner Bros. Yeah. But I never said those names. For legal reasons. I see. I'll keep an eye on the number of guests. At the very least, I'll try not to let this number go down. Thank you so much. Esme's face, which only just relaxed a little after hearing my answer, soon scratches up again, as she grabs her head like she's in pain. But if we keep playing, we might end up dying in one of those dangerous rides, like Fleur. Do you really think we can keep going on like this? As Esme is about to burst into tears, she completely fails to notice someone surreptitiously sneaking up behind her. That sure is a word.
Oh my, what's this? Do you want to back out too?
Florence suddenly sticks her head between me and Esme, interrupting our conversation. Esme shrieks in terror as she notices Florence. Yeah, that is a valid Florence reaction. Flailing her arms wildly as she stumbles back. Upon noticing the costume clowns behind her, she frantically shakes her head like a pellet drum. I definitely wasn't thinking of that. No. Please let me continue.
Well, in that case, since everyone's here, let's get started then, shall we? I can't wait to begin. Isn't that right, Commander?
Don't fucking look at me like that.
Florence laughs and inserts herself between me and Esme, then wraps herself around my arm. The fuck?
Dear guests, thank you for waiting. And now, our next attraction, Sweet Startling Night.
In contrast to the festive feel of the rest of the park, a creepy building that is clearly out of place here looms before the guests. The mottled, peeling exterior is covered in rusty metal ornaments, as though it's been exposed to the elements for centuries. The main door slowly opens toward us, and the pink sign above it falls as the wind blows. Inside the building is a fathomless darkness. Isn't that just a haunted house?
Oh, this is no ordinary haunted house. It offers thrills beyond your limits, enough to make your adrenaline level spike.
I don't like that face.
Am I getting flashbacks yet? No, not yet, but I am getting very afraid. Insert that gif of like, I'm so scared, bro. I'm so fucking scared. Hello, Aki.
Florence pirouettes in place, and the clowns beside her obligingly scatter confetti and ribbons. Unfortunately, the audience seems entirely unmoved by her introduction, only staring nervously into the hunter house or hanging themselves as they stand off to the side.
Oh, we're not late? No, you started not long ago. We were gonna go into a haunted house, so I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Well, at least nobody's trying to back out this time round. Good.
We saw what happened to Mia, after all. Yeah, if we play, we might not end up like Flor. But if we don't play, we'll definitely end up like Mia. I'd like to ask, will there be any surprises halfway through, like last time?
Of course! We've raised the stakes in other attractions to properly welcome the guests to our park. In addition to the usual scares in the haunted house, there will be ghosts present, who will take the forms of people you know and talk to you. Still, you don't have to be too worried about them. Just don't let the ghosts lead you astray.
That sounds promising.
What happens if the ghosts take us away?
Who knows? I guess they'll have a good meal.
A look of disgust crosses Mirai's face as she realizes what Flores means.
Quit looking down on me. I won't die here. She's so fucking dead.
Saying so, Mirai enters the building. She is soon followed by the others.
Looks like we're the last ones, Commander.
I hear screams from the guests up ahead. What have they encountered?
Are you bothered by what's happening inside, Commander? In that case, I'll make an exception and spoil things for you. You must be wary of illusions in there, Commander.
That's strange. Why are we here?
Just to suffer.
It's Mirai's voice, but her tone is entirely different from before.
You idiot, where did you get your license? At this rate, we won't reach LVI 14 even if we drive through the night.
It's Pauline's voice, similarly abnormal.
How could you even handle all those transport runs with such crappy skills? If you tried that shit in the contamination zone, they'd sue your pants off. Shut the hell up! I'm taking the route now. Damn it, what's going on? Who changed the route? And when? Do you know how many shipments we've lost already? If we fuck this run up, we're all going down together. God damn it, who messed with the vehicle auto navigator? The route's been messed up ever since we left the warehouse. Bloody hell, who else will touch it beside you?
Bloody hell, what are you, British?
It's my fault. I'm sorry. I messed up. I messed everything up.
Esme, why is it you? What are you doing here? You useless bitch! Stop causing trouble here already. Get the hell away from this shipment.
It's my fault. I'm sorry. Please don't chase me away or kill me. No!
The fuck is going on? Did someone mention British? Yeah, someone said bloody hell. Good to know we as well get a parade of walking red flags. Yeah! You know, always good to know beforehand, before death, before dying horribly.
The mix of voices gradually fades away, and as the shrieking of brakes fills the air, I finally see what is before me. The interior of the haunted house is as expansive and as barren as the wastelands. There is a heavily battered transport truck stop here.
So they were all on board?
I slowly approach the truck, but a pair of hands grasp my arm.
Don't go over there, Commander.
The very next moment, a familiar form smashes through the windshield and hits the ground hard, rolling to a stop at my feet. I'm sorry. Don't kill me. No!
Or screaming.
Esme screams. Blood covers her face, preventing me from seeing her features clearly. It instantly snaps me back from my entrancement by those seemingly real voices. Right after that, several armed men jumped out from the truck before us. They aren't Pauline or Mireille, but look more like Mangi security troopers. Is this what you meant by costume ghosts?
Nope. Not even I can help you cheat in this event, Commander.
It's her! That's her! She's the fake! Kill her! The Mangi troopers speak in Mireille's voice. They point to Esme, who's lying on the ground, and raise their guns.
Now then, Commander. How can you tell which of them is a ghost from the haunted house?
Just as Florence finishes, a hail of gunfire blazes at us. Florence, get ready for battle.
I've been waiting for this.
Yo, iconic line. All right. Oh, so EP. A fake Among Us. Very sus. Now, yeah, Vector, do your thing. Lemonade? Hey, yo. Damn it. All right. Now, you do your thing. Word, I know how they work. Oh no! I forgot they also die from just stepping into the fire. Thank you, Vector.
After fighting off the ghosts, I look around, but I don't see Esme anywhere. Esme? I ask my question in the direction where the voices came from earlier, but there is no reply. Those people, were they all just illusions? As I ponder the question, I hear Esme's scream from a nearby room, which confirms my supposition. Stay close, Florence.
Are you worried I'll get lost too, Commander?
Right after that, I hear Mireille's scream from another room. More and more strange noises start coming from the nearby rooms, which is actually strangely reassuring. Looks like those people from just now really were just illusions. But then why would I be seeing things regarding those people?
Commander? Earth Commander! Come in, Commander.
Oh. Right, I'm here. Still, as a park manager, you should know this place very well, right?
Of course. I'll make sure I bring you safely out of here.
Florence suddenly grasps my hand.
What happened just now was too dangerous. Stay with me from now on, alright, Commander?
No.
I follow Florence forward. Our path this time is clearly different, with hardly any obstacles. We turn several corners before finally arriving in a large, spacious chamber.
Be careful of illusions, Commander.
There is a truck in the middle of this room as well.
Florence, what is the meaning of this?
I point to the mangy uniform beside the truck.
It's for you. Your clothes got torn during the previous battle, so I got a new set ready for you. However, I didn't have any spares, so I had to use some of the costumes from the costume ghosts. It's clean though.
Florence smiles and hands me the bundle of clothes. My clothes. When did they get damaged? I look down and sure enough, there's a huge hole there at my waist, although I don't remember when it happened.
Honestly, are you waiting for me to dress you, Commander?
Florence immediately steps forward and reaches out to me.
No thanks, I can do it myself.
I deflect Florence's hand to take the clothes from her. A voice which sounds just like the one from before rings out from the truck behind me.
Esme, what are you doing here? Wait a minute, it's not just Esme. I mean, all the people who went missing on the previous mission are here too. What's going on?
As the noise grows, the sound of the truck's engine gradually fades.
Commander, are you listening to the argument from inside? I already told you to be careful of illusions. Just ignore them and put the clothes on. We need to keep moving forward.
As Florence keeps urging me, the sense of wrongness from before keeps growing.
Right, got it.
I nod, reach toward my waist, and then I draw my handgun and put a bullet between Florence's eyes.
Screaming. I'm gonna try not to scream too much.
Commander?
As her voice trembles, she stumbles backward and disappears, like one of the custom ghosts that I fought off earlier.
I knew it. So even this Florence was an illusion too. Damn, that was so decisive.
In addition to the usual scares in the haunted house, there will be ghosts present who will take the forms of people you know and talk to you. But still, you don't have to be too worried about them. Just don't let the ghosts lead you astray.
The very next moment, just like last time, a familiar form smashes through the windshield and hits the ground hard, running to a stop at my feet.
I'm sorry. Don't kill me. No. The exact same thing as last time.
I ignore this ridiculous display from before and turn away. Then I head out of the room until I find a door shining with light.
There's a chance to have Angie make a cameo here? Yeah. I guess it's just people that are actually present there, probably. And also, you know, it's... I guess it's kind of hard to make cameos like that. Since, you know, not everyone has played Frontline 1.
Now then, congratulations on successfully completing Sweet Startling Night, dear players.
Florence skips over to me, her chest bound up with ribbons into a big bow knot. When I see Florence like this and remember what happened inside the haunted house, I feel a sense of relief spread through me.
What are you up to now?
What I'm up to? It's reward time now, isn't it? The event's over, so it's time to claim your reward, no?
It's over? So everyone's made it out of the haunted house?
Yep, it's over. And everyone who hasn't made it out has probably been caught by the ghosts.
I look around at the other guests and tally them up.
Strange. Why are there only 11 people here?
The missing person is Esme, and while all the guests look shaken, one in particular stands out.
Esme, I'm sorry. Esme,
I really didn't know it was you. I thought it was a ghost.
Ah. What?
Florence, did someone die in that haunted house?
Yeah, didn't you know, Commander? After all, you were there too. It seems Mireille saw too many illusions and ended up killing the real Esme by accident. Whoopsie!
Which means... Esme's final scream echoes in my mind, which goes blank.
Commander, you're not feeling nervous, are you?
After saying I've been quiet for a while, Florence pushes her face in front of mine. I'm not in the mood to talk about rewards or anything at the moment. Florence wiggles her body and the big bone out of her chest with it. It looked like the wind might blow it loose at any moment.
But that won't do, Commander. If you refuse your reward, you'll have to accept a punishment.
She's right. Mireille, who was still in view just now, has already left with the rest of the guests before I could even speak to her. Reward time is here, and everyone must claim the reward.
Look, Commander. I've been tied up by this ribbon, and if you don't undo it, you won't be able to do anything. Is your heart really not stirred by the plight of poor old defenseless little me?
Yeah, no, I don't care. Stay tied up.
After thinking back on what happened just now, I am in no mood to indulge her.
In other words, you can do anything you want to me.
Florence bends down and lays the loose end of the ribbon in my hand. While the ball seems to be in my court now, the squad of costume clowns behind are a silent reminder that I have no choice at all. With barely any strength needed, with just a tug of my fingertips, the ribbon slips free easily. Florence sticks her tongue out smugly. On the tip of her tongue, I see a blue and red peel.
I hate this! For so many reasons! I need an adult. Me too! Whirling mid-air maze. Mid-air maze? I'm sure that will be wonderful too.
Spin, spin, spin. Let the screams fill the sky.
Whoa, okay then.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. The sound of a metallic crash and the roar of an engine washed through the air overhead. Unlike how proudly she carried herself earlier, the current Mireille seems a little panicked. It was you! You did it! Mireille points at me. Pauline and I began suspecting you from the moment we got a reward. But Esme, that idiot, she still went to speak to you even though she knew there was something wrong with you. And after she spoke to you, she died in the haunted house. It must have been you. You killed Esme. You're one to talk, considering you're the one who did it.
Damn! Unfazed!
If I'm not wrong, Esme's the second person you've killed so far, isn't she?
Yeah, actually, Mireille, yeah. Didn't you kill the other person also on the previous ride? Didn't you push them into the saw? Didn't you do that?
Shut up! It's your fault, you bitch! You pushed me to it! Going on these runs is a pain, and I've been wanting to quit the job for a while. But you and Fleur, the two of you kept pushing and pushing and pushing. That's why I was so tense when Esme showed up. That's why... Runs? Job? I recall the illusion from the haunted house. Is she still lost in the illusion? Shut up, you idiot. You've said too much. However, Pauline's reaction doesn't seem like she's talking about the illusion. Also, she doesn't seem as calm as before.
You're still lecturing me. Even when we were in Mangi, you were lecturing me. All I did was drive the fucking truck. I didn't even touch the cargo. Is it my fault that it got lost? That's why I quit Mangi. But you got stuck with this shitty assignment on my last day, and now I'm in a place like this, doing this shit over and over again. Damn it, Fleur was right. I can't believe I've done this so many times already.
They seem to be smugglers, yeah.
I told you to shut up, right? And don't forget, you killed Fleur.
After seeing Mireille grow more and more hysterical, Pauline drops her with a single punch. Oh, bitch! After that, Pauline eyes me warily. Oh, don't mind me. Carry on.
Did you remember anything after getting your reward?
Shouldn't you put something on the table before trying to pump me for information?
You heard it all just now, didn't you? That was our information.
Looks like Pauline was trying to stop Mireille from talking about what they remember after claiming the second prize. However, why is it that what they recall resembles what happened in the haunted house so closely? Once again, I look at the nearby building. Perhaps it was custom built for this guest who once worked for Mangi Security. Considering that, the events within will line up. Right, I have an intention of hiding it. But unfortunately, what I remember is still related to this park. Related to this park? Yes, I saw this park transform into a ruined, abandoned place. Like all this was just some dream taking place on a pile of rubble.
But what does that mean?
That's what I'm asking myself.
I know. She's the real killer.
She doesn't have memories that line up with ours.
There's no way that she's a friend.
Esme also said everything she remembered was related to the park. Upon hearing this, Pauline eyes me warily. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all about the amusement park. I remember an email too. However, it looked like junk mail and the contents were vague, so I didn't pay it much attention.
That's way too vague. Weren't there any details you remembered? Like, say, who wrote it to you?
If I'm not wrong, it was a very familiar person, with a showy personality who always liked saying weird things. However, I didn't hate them.
Hey!
Not now, Florence.
Could just be me, but the name kind of suggests they're all French. Yeah, someone brought that up last stream too. They all sound very French. Not like it matters that much here in this world, I guess, I think. But it is curious. Or maybe they just did it because Florence. We shall see. Hey, Canarad. This Mangi thing seems really well functioning and organized. Oh, yeah. Oh no, they are French. Is that why they were thrown into the torture amusement park? Torture park? Because they're French. Florence suddenly appears before me. As balloons and ribbons flutter down through the air around her, she smiles as brightly as the sun, instantly sweeping away the melancholia in the air. Wait, is that actually an English word? Shouldn't it be melancholy? Can you say melancholia? Anyway, whatever. Same shit, you get it.
Thinking of me, Commander?
No, never. Seeing how naturally Florence inserted herself into our conversation, she must have the third event set up and ready to go. For all I know, she might have been the author of that junk mail.
Did you finally remember that little love letter of mine that I wrote to you?
Florence looks excitedly at me. Was it a love letter? Sorry I called it junk mail earlier. You see? She's in league with the manager. For all we know, she's the one who wants to see us all dying off one by one.
Oh, please. We aren't just in league. My body already belongs to the commander, you know?
Wait, why don't I know this? Ah! See, Pauline? See? Florence grabs my arm, which only makes Mireille spiral harder, pointing at us while yelling for Pauline to look. However, Pauline merely looks down and waxes thoughtful. Hey, Pauline, what are you navel-gazing about? The mastermind is right here! Use these 2 kills and we might be able to get out. I just can't keep doing this. Oh, so you're getting ready to kill again? Well, you're a bit too kill happy, Mireille. It seems Mireille has fully accepted the fact that she has killed 2 people. Mireille,
Have you considered that if Esme died because she found out what's going on behind the scenes, then the fact that you're pointing and screaming like this means the next one is going to be... Huh?
Mireille freezes up.
Wait a minute. This isn't right.
Mireille looks at me fearfully, then begins backing up. I told you, I'm not the mastermind. However, Mireille isn't hearing me anymore.
Oh, yes. Besides, even if I'm the manager, I have the right to flirt with interesting people, no?
No, I don't think that's a manager right, Florence. Or a right. To begin with. You should not have that right. At all. You in particular. Has Pauline considered just taking the pills her doctor prescribed for her schizophrenia? Honestly, yeah.
Way to undermine my rebuttal, Florence.
Then what should we do, Pauline? I told you, we should have killed her together. This is bad.
Mireille starts hyperventilating. It looks like she's been wound up tight for so long that she might snap at any moment. She feels around her body as though she's looking for something.
What's wrong? Did you get all those bad habits back when remembering your past?
No. Rather, I've become more and more on edge after not touching Dad for so long. Why are you gonna make it sound so weird? You're probably looking for a gun, aren't you? Or are you looking for something else?
Mireille checks herself from head to toe, but she still can't find what she's looking for.
What are you looking for?
Mireille gulps and shakes her head.
So much for not touching the goods. You were probably having a field day helping yourself to it.
Oh, drugs, I see. I've been working for so damn long and you didn't even give me a fucking raise. So what if I took a little?
As Florence watches Mireille get more and more worked up, she sidles over and whispers into her ear.
I know where to get what you want.
Where is it?
Florence's smile is as cheerful as ever. She throws her arms out, like she's making an entrance, and bows. Then she points to the sky. Around 24 suspended cabins dangle from the frame of a Ferris wheel while the wind blows past. However, the difference is that there are custom clowns climbing among them, clearly visible.
The third event is about to begin. Everyone, welcome to the Whirling Mirror Maze.
The announcement is accompanied by poppers going off, balloons rising into the air, and colorful ribbons glinting in the sunlight.
This is ridiculous. How could there be above us?
Mireille looks where Florence is pointing, at the mirror cabins, and then she sweeps away a ribbon that landed on her face. Suddenly, some thing pulls out of one of the cabins.
It is Esma's corpse.
I see. It lands right in front of Mireille, less than a meter away. Her twisted features stare right into Mireille's face. Pushed past her limits, Mireille finally bursts into a scream. Esme, you, I didn't, it wasn't me. Mireille's legs give out from under her as she collapses to the ground, still staring at the bloody mess that is Esme's body. She pants heavily, but all the deep breaths she's taken don't deliver any useful air to her lungs. All she manages to accomplish is produce a rapid, whooshing noise from her throat, like a set of bellows.
Having trouble breathing?
Mireille can't respond, since she's too busy hyperventilating on the ground. Meanwhile, Florence kneels down in front of Mireille like a kindergarten teacher, teaching Mireille how to breathe properly with a smile and exaggerated motions.
Oh my, you can't be so hasty. Come, follow me now. Open your mouth and breathe in, out, in, out. What a good girl you are.
Florence smiles condescendingly and pats her head. Hang on, this is not proper procedure for dealing with hyperventilation. Seeing as Florence is a medical doll, she should clearly know better. What she's doing now is nothing more than a form of sadistic mockery.
You know, I think she's doing that on purpose, very much.
Naturally, it does not help Mireille at all. She dry heaves, then begins feeling her body up and down, checking all her pockets. However, she still does not find what she's looking for.
What you're looking for is in there.
Florence smiles evilly and tosses Mireille's hair. What on earth is she looking for? Unable to speak, Mireille gets up and runs off toward the Ferris wheel. Whatever. Once I board it, I'll find out what she's after. With that thought in mind, I head over to the Ferris wheel too.
Oh my, I forgot to mention something. There are scary illusions inside those cabins which might make you go crazy like Mireille. You may not have a good time if you don't find that.
Once again, I am filled with a sense of foreboding. I look at the cabins, which greatly outnumber the guests, and decide to ask what's on my mind.
And each cabin has what Mireille needs? Is that right?
Well, that may need a little luck, Commander.
An inconclusive answer.
This is a special stage, Commander. I hope you have fun.
Florence pats my shoulder, encouraging me like before. But when I look behind her, at Esme's corpse, which she was using without a care in the world, a chill runs down my spine.
I'm so fucking scared. This shit I was expecting from Paradeus, yeah. Like, holy fuck. The fuck is going on? I am terrified. And fear for my life. Actually, For such a horror theme event, funny how this wasn't a Halloween event on CN. Yeah. And you're like, oh no, it line up pretty good with in global. But I'm just like, I don't think this was a a Halloween event on CN. But it's really Halloween-ish. Very Gears Frontline Halloween-ish. Damn, okay. Oh, there we go.
Now then, congratulations to all our players for successfully completing the Whirling Mirror Maze stage.
I was expecting more of a description of what the fuck Whirling Mirror Maze is. I mean, I guess they said they were climbing the Ferris wheel. Which, like, the fuck? Well, like, what were the horrors aside from the monsters? I become a little numb to her mechanically repeated congratulations speech. Rather, I'm more concerned about the number of guests left over after this round. 10. But no matter how many times I count them, I can only find 10 guests remaining. This is one less than before the round started. And the missing person is... Mireille. Of fucking course. I look up at the Ferris wheel. One cabin is tightly shut, and a feeling of dread rises up in my heart. Helena seems to be thinking the same thing as me, and we both head toward the Ferris wheel.
And now, the much anticipated reward time. Where are you two going?
Once the cabin finally comes to a halt, Pauline and I slowly open the steel door. As expected, Mireille isn't there. However, she is hanging upside down in an unnatural way, trussed up by the rope that was meant to ensure her safety. The interior of the cabin is a mess. It seems she spent a long time searching it. Her body is covered in some unidentifiable goop, but before I can try to deduce its nature, I am hit by its complex odor.
Oh my, I do apologize for this. I'll clean it up later. It's time to collect your reward, so run along now. Otherwise, there might be trouble.
After saying her reaction, Florence goes to urge the other guests to claim the rewards, then hurries over to us. What's this? I squeeze an object in my hand. It is a pink capsule that I found in my cabin seat. After considering that this might be what Mireille was looking for, I didn't use it and kept it aside.
Perhaps Mireille was just unlucky and didn't manage to find the drug. Anything could happen when you have to face an enemy in a mentally imbalanced state.
I saw it all. Pauline suddenly speaks up, her eyes fixed on Mireille.
There was no medicine inside her cabin, and the door was locked. She kept throwing up even as she was searching, trying desperately to survive, until those clowns showed up.
As she says this, said clowns turn up behind Florence once again.
Don't worry about such trivial things. Cheer up a little. You cleared the stage, didn't you? Isn't the reward the most important thing? Once you claim your reward, you'll forget all about these revolting things.
Florence produces a pair of party poppers out of nowhere and places them in my
and places them in Maya and Pauline's hands. The other clowns hand out poppers to the rest of the guests. Meanwhile, she has a party popper of her own.
Bang!
Florence sets hers off in front of us. The confetti flutters down on us, carried by the wind, completely out of place amidst the silence between myself and Pauline.
I understand.
Pauline hesitates for several seconds, then looks at Mireille one last time before turning and leaving.
Next up, a lovey-dovey word for two. Commander, I promise you'll be thoroughly satisfied with this reward.
Florence takes out her syringe, filled with a pink liquid of unknown origin and effects.
Are you going to jab me this time?
Unlike the capsules from the previous two stages, Florence slightly depresses the syringe plunger, then moves up to palpate my neck. My neck. However, after the events that just transpired, and perhaps because I can't pick up a hint of madness in Florence's personality, I find myself repelled by her. Just a hint of madness?
Huh?
Florence is also taken aback when she sees that I'm pushing her away.
What's wrong, Commander? Weren't you having fun earlier?
It's true that Florence hasn't done me any harm. However, the terrible fates that befell Esme and Mireille play out in my mind again.
Commander,
Florence seems to sense what I'm thinking, because she steps forward and presses herself against me.
don't you trust me?
Nope.
She looks up, tracing a circle on my chest, like she's teasing me or perhaps flirting with me. Perhaps in the past, I might have simply written this off as one of her typical pranks, but now it all seems off. However, my moment of hesitation is enough for her to plunge her syringe's needle into me.
What is this?
Soon, the strength has fled my body. Florence pushes slightly, and I collapse to the ground.
Oh my, I'm sorry, Commander, but you seem so insistent on struggling. I found it hard to resist the urge to do something to you.
What are you going to do?
Florence smiles smugly and then straddles my body. Then, she feels around and retrieves the pink capsule I hid.
Going to give the hard-working Commander her well-deserved reward, of course. And a little extra. Please enjoy it.
Give it back.
Honestly, Commander, this could be considered cheating, you know? The fact that I haven't punished you is being quite lenient already. We mustn't be greedy. Also, medicine shouldn't be casually taken. See, you're starting to spout nonsense now.
But I haven't eaten a thing besides what you gave me. Much as I'd like to say that, I am currently too weak to say anything at all.
Now, allow me to give you some treatment.
Her smiling face blurs in my vision, but Florence's voice still echoes in my ears until I plunge into the abyss.
I am terrified. I know I keep saying that, but I am terrified. Let me quickly check Discord. Okay, nothing for me. Nothing important. Where are those when we need them? Excellent question! I'm first. Man. Anyway, we have a story section coming, and I've drunk a lot of water. So you know what that means, guys. It's only been an hour, but I've already drank almost a full glass of water. So yeah. Give me a minute, and I'll be right back to continue this terrifying ride. Alright, I'm back. Ugh. Apologies for the delay. The laundry had finished, so I took the chance to put it into the dryer. Hey, I'm back. And we're ready to continue this horrendous ride. So let's go straight into it.
Phantasmal Wonderland. Excessive dopamine secretion makes all your pain go away. I don't like that.
Huh?
Where the fuck are we all of a sudden?
Hey, Valtor. I am so fucking confused. Somebody save me. Alright.
Hey,
A familiar voice speaks into the girl's ear in the darkness. She opens her eyes and sees that medical doll at her devilish smile. Naturally, she's holding her usual medical card, with various syringes laid out on it, as well as many unique concoctions which the girl cannot name at the moment.
did I wake you? It's injection time.
Huh? Who the fuck are you?
It's alright. Not like I was actually sleeping anyway.
You weren't sleeping?
Florence suddenly becomes more alert. I just didn't want to. Why do you have all these syringes here anyway? All these jabs? It's not like they're going to do any good, are they? The girl frowns and looks down, tugging at the hem of her gown. At a glance, what lies beneath are a pair of perfectly ordinary and pretty girl's legs. But on closer inspection, an observer will realize that her body has been forced into an illusion of normalcy. Nobody besides her head physician Florence knows exactly what kind of hideously deformed body lurks under her tight bindings. She glances at the motorized wheelchair beside her, the object that is practically a second pair of legs for her. Her innate deformities and frail constitution have left her unable to use prosthetic limbs. The various devices attached to the wheelchair have practically torn it into an extension of herself. It's a waste for me to still be alive. She knows it's wrong to think that, but she can't help thinking it anyway. The less said about being treated or cured, the better. She knows she doesn't deserve such a good ending. After all, she isn't an amazing person or anything.
What should I do? Alright, if the treatment succeeds, give you a reward. How about that?
A reward? Upon hearing this, the girl's eyes light up again. Really? Wow, I can't wait! Your last reward left me excited for an entire day. I wonder what kind of reward it'll be. I'm sure it'll be really exciting coming from you, right, Florence? The gloominess on the girl's face has vanished. She hums an endless song, eagerly awaiting Florence's pre-injection examination. However, Florence's eyes turn ice cold in an instant.
So, was this what you were doing when you weren't sleeping?
Yo, Angie Florence?
Florence grabs the mug by the girl's bedside table and splashes it on the ground. Its former contents were deep colored fruit juice that radiated an alluring aroma. What the heck? I was going to drink that! Eotis? The fuck is that? Is that an actual thing? Eotis. It's a city. Doesn't seem to be a thing.
Eotis content exceeds the maximum safe dose by 223.8%. Daring today, aren't we?
Florence slightly licks her finger to acquire a sample of the liquid and then shows the scan result to the girl. I guess that counts as praise coming from you?
I told you, you can't keep taking Eotis if you want to get better.
I know that. She's clearly aware that taking Eotis is like trying to quench her thirst with poison wine. But for her, working hard to live on is little more than enduring pain today to suffer more tomorrow. Rather than live on like that, perhaps just trying to find pleasure in each day that passes might be a more realistic option. I just want to experience fun things every day, and this is one of them. You mean I can't even do that? Say, Florence, you know everyone's taking this stuff, right? It's not like this is a safe zone or anything. It's perfectly normal here. I've spent 20 years in pain and boredom, so you can't blame me for doing this, right? The girl's hands reflexively tighten around her knees, as she gazes ardently into Florence's eyes. I don't belong in this damn world. For people like us, simply being conscious is the greatest suffering of all. Florence does not reply. Instead, she puts away her syringes and medical apparatus. She puts away her syringes and medical apparatus. It seems this treatment session will not be carried out.
When you fool your senses with narcotics, you're not seeing the real world, only an illusion.
Only an illusion? If life is an illusion, I am no less an illusion.
And being thus, the illusion is real to me.
Why do I have to be fully conscious of everything? I'm happier, more comfortable like this. I just want to feel better. I'm human, you know? I'm not a doll or an elite. It hurts to live like this, and it's hard trying to live more comfortably. In the first place, human can't ever perceive the real world. All we perceive are what our senses tell us. What difference is there between the excitement and joy that I see in my illusions and what you can't perceive?
You see, I can enjoy living like this now.
Driven by the intense emotions which fill her, the girl tries to rise, but even getting up is difficult when her lower body is paralyzed. However, the drugs she's taken have inured her to pain and weakness, replaced by a constant feed of dopamine. Did you know, Florence? This is the real miracle. My pain has all been converted to pleasure. The girl's body trembles as she gulps down the drool that's been constantly building up.
Well, I don't want to say this again. This is due to cognitive impairment brought about by your severe brain damage.
All right.
I mean, I know that's a medical explanation, but say it just straight out like that.
Meanwhile, Florence seems to have grown used to all this and chuckles nonchalantly.
Excessive emotional outbursts aren't good for you. I hope this drug has not completely fried your brain yet and made you forget how you left Maggie's security.
Saying so, Florence pushes the medical cards away and prepares to leave the ward. Wait, Florence?
That's a good line, gonna write it down. Thank you, Pellhound! The girl grabs Florence's sleeve.
You aren't going to punish me? Even if you don't reward me, as long as there's punishment.
What? I did switch game categories on Twitch. Did it not register? It did not. There we go. Florence could be the scariest nurse, yeah. Why are you so excited for a punishment, girl?
The girl's face is flushed and pink. There's no way to tell what she's thinking.
Your body can't bear the injections now. Otherwise, you'll suffer great pain. So much that you might wish you were dead, you know? Or you might just die on the spot.
However, this only seems to excite the girl more. She pants heavily and her breathing grows chaotic. Really? Now I'm curious. I want to know just what kind of pain that would be. Even if I died, how would it be any worse than how I'm living now? Or perhaps logical pain might end up being pleasure for me.
Oh, she is not well.
Florence looks at the girl, and then she laughs, as though she's suddenly amused by her.
In that case, why don't you tell me what the world you're seeing now is like?
After hearing that, the girl looks out the window. Her eyes sparkle, and for a moment, Florence thinks she can see something in her eyes.
An amusement park. A happy, lively, heavenly place. There, you can be happy, no matter what you seek.
The girl grabs Florence's hands and pulls her over. Their eyes meet. Hers are wide and unblinking, fully exposed to Florence.
Can you see it? A dreamscape filled with cries of joy. A kaleidoscopic fantasy. One that makes my heart race and fills me with notes of pleasure. One that makes me feel like I'm still alive.
For a moment, Florence can almost hear the laughs and music from the park. But soon, the girl's horrid panting drowns those sounds out. Can a person's fantasies really influence others? I guess that's so bold that even Florence finds it hard to believe, begins welling up in her neural cloud. She can clearly feel her clock speed rising and the circulatory fluid flow rate going up. She's getting excited too, even if she didn't intend to be. In the end, Florence breaks away from the girl and turns away, leaving the ward. On her way out, she notices an amusement park stamp book on the girl's bedside table. It's old, but it's been very well preserved.
Ha ha ha! Interesting, very interesting. Heartbeat Accelerator 9001. I see. We're doing this again. This acceleration is familiar, but the dread is not. How far are we then? Oh, here we go again.
Hey,
The light is too dazzling for my drowsy brain. It awakens me, but also intensifies the pain in my head.
you're awake at last.
I open my eyes and see Florence before me, looking at me with a concerned expression on her face. This scene feels very familiar. Unfortunately, I have a splitting headache and I still remember what she did just now. So I can't bring myself to be as close to her as I was just now.
The procedure was very successful, but complete recovery will take time.
What procedure?
Procedure? Procedure? Like what? A surgical procedure? There's a scalpel on the table beside the slab, along with a slew of medical devices whose purpose completely eludes me. I have a pretty good idea what Florence did while I was unconscious. I tried moving my body. Unfortunately, everything seems to be working fine. What did you do to me?
What else could I do? I'm a medical doll. All I do is provide treatment. Also, I made sure to hold myself back even when looking at your sleeping face, Commander. Or are you saying you wanted me to do something to you, Commander?
The headache flares. No. Speaking of which, what exactly did I need treatment for, anyway? It's true that she's been giving me plenty of treatment since I came here. First it was feeding me medication, then jabbing me. Now it's full-on surgery, and she's even treating it like some kind of reward.
It was to fix your brain problems, of course. At the very least, I had to make you remember me, Commander.
Brain surgery? I'm not sure you're qualified for that, Florence. Just reminded me of a goofy situation where my D&D crew inserted an alien organ into me while I was passed out. Oh no!
She laughs and draws closer to me, radiating goodwill. For a moment, I'm brought back to when I first met her, and all the cruel things she did seem utterly unrelated to her.
It went better than expected? What? Better than doing it while you weren't passed out? I mean, I guess.
Well, did you have a dream?
Sort of. I rub my temples and the piercing pain banishes the fog in my brain for a while, allowing me to instantly recall what I saw in my dream. I saw a rundown amusement park, and that stamp book. This stamp book, the one I'm holding now, it was all tattered and filthy.
Oh. Then did you dream of me, Commander? You were moaning my name the whole time.
Moaning You're making that up, aren't you? I think back on what I saw. That vision was incomparably real and complete compared to all previous times. But soon the brain fog rolls back in, and try as I might, I just can't recall the memory in its entirety. I ended up healing when taking fire damage, so unconsensual surgery kinda worked out. Insane.
Oh, I was just asking. After all, I would feel terribly alone if only I remember you, while you didn't remember me.
I look around. There are medical devices everywhere in the room, but rather than a clinic, all these mysterious chemicals and experimental equipment lining the walls make it look more like a lab. Meanwhile, the area cordoned off by several sheets of white cloth on the other side of the room ought to be a makeshift recovery ward. I can vaguely make out the shapes of patient beds there.
What are you looking at?
I don't know if she's worried that I found something, but Florence suddenly thrusts her face into mine and blocks my line of sight. Where is this place? I decide not to ask about the cordon area directly and inquire about something else instead. This doesn't look like in the amusement park, and there are no other guests here.
It's a manager's private clinic, of course. One of those so-called employees-only, no-visitor-allowed areas.
So it was your room?
Yep. So if there's anything you want to do with me here, this is the perfect place for it, you know.
a perfect place?
Absolutely nobody is going to find us here.
She fixes me with an earnest gaze, like she's trying to send some kind of message to me. What could she possibly be getting at?
I'll pass. When does the next round start?
After thinking briefly, I decide to head to the next attraction instead. I need to learn more through playing the game, so hanging around here won't help.
Won't you stay a little longer? It's been so long since we shared a lovey-dovey war for two. You're in such a hurry to leave right after completing your surgery. Take care of your body, okay?
Definitely not.
Look like you're more anxious than me, Commander.
A massive steel structure looms silently before us. Its metal rays flow smoothly and aesthetically, incorporating steep drops, hard turns, and dizzying spirals, and even a 90-degree direct downward descent. It gleams with a metallic sheen in the sunlight, resembling nothing so much as a tangle of barbed wire. Even the launch mechanism is designed to look like some vast, ferocious beast with its distinct and sharp angles. It's not hard to imagine what kind of sound its engine will make.
Ta-da! Commander, come look! This is our most exciting attraction. The Heartbeat Accelerator 9001.
Granted, it looks quite impressive, but in the end it's just a roller coaster. And the most important thing is that it looks completely the same as the Heartbeat Accelerator 9000 that we rode for the first event.
Haven't we been on this one before?
I wave my stamp book at Florence.
Wouldn't it be best to move on to another attraction to clear all the stages quickly and claim the grand prize ASAP?
Huh? What are you talking about, Commander? We haven't gotten this one yet. You must clear the stages out of order, you know.
Florence looks at me in surprise, like I just said something strange.
What do you mean haven't gone on this one yet? Do you really think adding +1 to the number makes it a brand new ride?
I look around, trying to see if anyone else around me agrees. Quite the opposite, in fact. All the guests here look at me like I grew a second head. What's she talking about? We only just arrived at the park, didn't we? Esme, how many times have we gone on this ride now? This ought to be our first time here, right? What are you talking about? We only just came here. No! This definitely isn't our first time here.
What's going on?
I mean, surely it's no big deal if she's already ridden the roller coaster before, right?
Upon seeing the confused look on my face, Florence approaches and speaks quietly to soothe me, but it does nothing to relieve my unease. I mean, surely it's no big deal if she's already ridden the roller coaster before, right? She's using my words against me. If you enjoyed the ride, then going on it several more times surely wouldn't be an issue.
Oh yes, you've ridden it with me a number of times. Don't you usually go on it with me several times, Commander?
Florence's smile is as warm as ever, but right now it seems utterly alien. She's saying what I said. She clearly remembers what's going on, but she's pretending that this is her first time on this ride. What's Florence's game here?
Now then, take your seat, Commander. Hurry.
The guests present don't seem to have realized they've gone on the ride already. They excitedly board the roller coaster like it's their first time. Dubious, I follow suit.
Now then, your seat is here, Commander.
Even my place is the exact same as before. I look around, and the others are in practically the same seats as the first time round. Meanwhile, the seats of the people who have vanished are naturally empty. Suddenly, my thoughts are interrupted by an abrupt glare. Pauline is looking at me.
Oh, Commander, what a coincidence. There just so happens to be an empty seat beside you.
Sorry, Florence.
As Florence prepares to sit down beside me like before, I get up right before she takes her seat and walk over to the woman looking at me as Florence watches in shock.
Not going to sit beside Miss Manager?
We don't have much time, so I'll just skip that for now. I look at Florence, who is also looking at me. I can't tell what she's thinking from her gaze.
I thought she dragged you off for punishment. I didn't expect to see you again.
Pauline's words confirm my guess. Let's get to the point. I don't do pleasantries. We take our seats and do up our safety belts. I deliberately avoid Florence's gaze. I finished this ride once before, but the others seem to have forgotten about this.
Is that all?
What else should there be?
Mia found out about this too, and things didn't end well for her.
Looks like you know more than I do. Do you even remember what happened to Mia? However, Mia went crazy after learning too much and self-destructed. This is clearly not the case for Pauline. Why are you alright?
Are you that eager for me to die?
I mean, I just want to soak up some more, experience for protecting myself. Pauline suddenly smiles, her gaze straight into the top of the roller coaster in the distance.
Don't worry too much. I've been on this roller coaster about 12 times, and I'm still sitting here perfectly fine.
12 times? So she didn't die. She didn't get the full clear prize and she hasn't left the park all this time?
Well, I don't know the exact number, but I don't remember anything from more than 12 loops ago.
It's as though she can sense my confusion, because she speaks in a cool, calm manner, like she's talking about the weather. Go on.
One day, during a certain reward time, I began to recall what happened before I came to this park. I slowly realized what was going on. I'm not the only one. Many people have begun waking up too.
What? So does that medicine really fix the brain? After suspecting Florence for so long, I'm suddenly at a loss for words. Was she really just giving us medical care? And is this looping amusement park just a psychiatric ward for treating mental patients? Then why is it that everyone, myself included, has fuzzy memories? Hey, Irma!
And that was when the real nightmare started.
Pauline seems to have anticipated my reply because she continues.
We began going on the rise in order to chase these brief moments of lucidity. And as a result, we began actively playing the game. That was when the stakes of the attractions began going up, when lives began to be lost.
Do you not want to leave this place? Pauline shakes her head.
It's not that we don't want to, but we can't. Haven't you realized it yet? There's no way out. What's really strange is that the exit seems to have vanished after you came here. I can kind of guess how she did it. Probably another form of drug. As you can see, that manager is very good at this sort of thing. The drugs damage our brains, making us see something that isn't really there, and keeping us from finding the way back. When you refuse to play, you won't get your reward. Then your memories become hazy, which makes it even harder to find your way back or even to remember why you need to escape in the first place. But even after playing for so long, I've never been able to truly find a way out of here. That's the other reason why we can't escape.
The reward is like a drug, which eases Pauline and the other symptoms, but it also makes them dependent on this place. Florence's drugs, syringes, and that procedure of hers come to mind again. Is this why you're remaining here even after learning all this information?
Not entirely. I know how this park works, but I also know that I deserve to be here for what I've done.
Pauline mutters quietly, then smiles again. Is it related to your job? If I'm not wrong, you're all truckers from Maggie Security.
I can't say.
Still clinging to your NDA at a time like this?
Well, just think of me as a resident here. Once I've turned the unusual into my new normal, that means I've been completely tamed by this park.
All I can tell you is that the clear price or whatnot is a lie. The moment you come here and the main gate vanishes behind you, You will never be able to leave this place. As for that manager, I should have realized it earlier. She's the one controlling the poison and medicine both. She's just using them to make us dance in the palm of her hand. There's no way we could leave, and no way she'd ever cure us. If you don't believe me, check that stamp book you're holding. I take out the book, and the wind riffles its pages, flipping page after page, but the contents are all indistinct. I can't see the right names, so the requirements for collecting stamps. And most importantly, there's no end to the pages. They keep flipping and flipping endlessly. What's going on here? Just like how the main gate vanished at the start, I would have sworn I was seeing things if I hadn't been certain that my mind was clear. Or perhaps that was an illusion. But in that case, where's the line between reality and illusion in this place? So if all this is a lie, then why are you... No, why are we trapped here? There's no point to all this. Who knows? Perhaps it's just because it's fun? I look where Pauline is looking. Florence is smiling sadistically as she starts the roller coaster up. Why are you telling me this? Even the most exciting game becomes boring after it turns into a routine. I'm just tired. In the next moment, we are plunged to the pitch-black tunnel. I hear the same sounds of flesh tearing like before, and the air once again turns damp and sickly sweet. Trip, trip. The wind is still howling, but I can hear droplets of liquid splashing on the ground. Lynn! All I can see now is a shredded, severed limb, but I can tell who it belongs to. Even after being ripped to pieces, Pauline didn't scream, didn't even make a sound.
Commander, maybe you should take care of yourself before worrying about her.
Florence has moved up to me without me noticing, a cheerful smile on her face. Behind her, the gore-soaked costume clowns are capering around and playing with brightly colored balloons. You don't have to worry about that.
Sheesh!
Have you seen Hinako Makabashi playing Silent Hill, her very first game ever? It's her very first game ever? Damn. I've seen a few clips going around Twitter, but I haven't actually, watched them. But I'm like, damn. It's so funny when actors do that. It's great. I love when actors play the games they're in. Blink twice, you're being drugged by Florence. We all are. The bubble stand makes me laugh every time I see it. It's the best. I love it. You can't really see it on Cloak's ult since she doesn't have her gun on her ult. Where she also has a bubble head.
Yippee! Now then, congratulations to our players for completing a course of the Heartbeat Accelerator 9001.
As the people around me celebrate the survival, I walk directly up to Florence. We need to talk.
Oh, so eager, Commander? But unfortunately, there are no special prizes this time round. There's nothing else I can do.
In contrast to her usual antics, Florence turns and makes to leave. Dropping the act now? I open up the stamp book and throw it in front of her. How many more secrets does this amusement park hold? I take a big step forward, past Florence, and block her path. Going on rides over and over again, losing our memories, never getting the clear prize. This endless game is nothing but a scam. And people have died for this lame scam.
Forceful, aren't you, Commander? That just excites me even more.
Answer my question. However, the world faded into a blur before my eyes.
Ah, what a shame. I haven't gotten this hot and bothered in a while, but you folded so quickly.
What did you do?
This is just because you were too hasty, no? After all, you did just undergo a medical procedure and haven't finished recovering yet. You shouldn't have gone on such an exciting ride in your current state.
Florence reaches a hand out and waves it in front of me.
See? You can't see anything anymore.
Is that so? My vision steadily returns, but by the time it resolves into clarity, the scene before me is completely different. Just like the illusion from before, I'm seeing that drawing amusement park again. This time, however, every detail is rendered in incredible clarity, to the point where it doesn't seem like an illusion at all. That's right. This is the place. I remember everything now. Huh? So it really is an amusement park. Are those people on the black current all hidden here? Oh shit, Commander really did just remember everything, okay. I bet therapists would love having a one-on-one with the guy who programmed Florence. Honestly, yeah. And I would love to see that, but also, maybe not. I don't know, I'm not sure, mayhaps. Man, this has been a ride and a half. Ah, there's so much still to go on. I'm getting kind of tired, but I'm like, ah! I don't know why I'm so tired. It's because it's Sunday. Quick tea break. I should make myself a tea. Oh, it's fine. I'll survive. I say, yawning. Let me just stretch for a second. Alright. Surprise ad flyer. A tempting flyer that enthralls the visitor to this place. Ah, here we go. Dear Commander. Guess who I am? This way of speaking. Don't tell me it's... Who let this junk mail pass the filters again? Wait! Don't delete this so soon, Commander. This time, it's really important. It's different from all the previous commissions. A shipment of goods from bank security went missing along with the personnel accompanying it. Can't they handle it by themselves? Since when did they need a bounty hunter like me to wipe their asses? I'm not interested in dirtying my hands with their affairs. You're probably about to say no, but hold on. leaving aside the payment for the commission. I promise that finding them before banking security does cause all the upsets for you.
Oh? I love how she's still reading the email.
I have to admit, this is quite appealing. If I'm not wrong, this shipment probably contains something of great interest to me. I've already sent the location and important files over. Oh yes, this mission is a little special, so don't bring your dolls along. After all, we haven't seen each other in a while, so let's keep this nice and intimate, shall we? In any case, I'll definitely take responsibility and keep you safe, Commander. Plus, the payment is... all that, you know? Of course, and the most important thing is the extra bonus payment. Namely, my...
What the hell kind of a scam did she get caught up in?
While I know exactly who made this commission, it still looks like some kind of new scam. Unable to bear it any longer, I immediately close the email. The rest of it is probably some meaningless drivel. Then, I open the attachment to see what files the client sent. In addition to the coordinates of my destination is a photograph.
Huh? So it really is an amusement park. Are those people on the black currant all hidden here? That's what we just said. Oh, that was short. Thank God. Seeing in Micro's roll into Exilium, it's so jobber. It is. Phantom Frontline Revelation. A fun park of endless repetition, presenting an endless fantasy. Oh hey, look at the enemy unit. Look at this enemy unit. We're fighting Satanas. El diablo.
It is the sound of footsteps, or to be precise, the sound of 10 odd people walking together through this deserted wasteland. Clearly, they had been here for far too long. Their clothes are tied on rags, and their frames are emaciated. Their eyes are sunken and hollow, and their rags are stained in blood. Some of their wounds have scabbed over, others are losing pus, and there's even one who can't walk. Their wheelchair is squeaking as they roll along. This so-called amusement park is nothing more than a set of long abandoned ruins. It's only barely recognizable as having once been an amusement park. While it's hard to recognize them, there's no doubt that these sleepwalkers amidst the ruins are visitors to this amusement park. Like ghosts, they have forgotten their past and are forever trapped here.
I found it at last.
Dear guests, thank you for waiting. Now our next attraction. Sweet startling night.
Florence's infectiously enthusiastic voice spread through the air, and these aimless wanderers look like they've received some kind of command, because they all slowly gather in the building behind Florence. It is a building that is neither scary nor filled with the park spirit. All it has are discolored walls and a metal plaque above its entrance that look like it's going to fall off at any moment. Meanwhile, Florence is happily explaining the building while these guests who are prepared to enter it eagerly play with the park's attractions. Over and over again. The ride never ends.
Now then, since time is tight, let's hurry up and...
I'm out.
Countless vacant eyes turn to look at me, just like they did to Mia when she tried to stop the other guests from boarding the roller coaster. Meanwhile, these guests come to a halt as well. I can hear them whispering to each other.
Well, there's nothing for it. You do realize that even if it's you, you'll have to be punished for interfering with the games, right, Commander?
As Florence says this, she gives me a meaningful look. I believe I can understand what she's trying to tell me. Keep talking.
You know, I just thought of something very interesting all of a sudden.
When you're walking on the street and see many people looking at the sky, what will you do?
Look up and see what's in the sky?
And if there's nothing there, there's a subconscious peer pressure effect generated by this collective behavior that will make you think something is there. At moments like this, adding in a tiny little variable can fool your brain into thinking there actually is something in the sky. It'll make you believe fervently in some non-existent miracle.
Well, that's quite interesting.
As a medical doll, you should understand this phenomenon better than an amateur like me, right? I believe it's called collective hallucination. Hallucination? What does that mean? It means the entire amusement park is nothing but a man-made hallucination. To others, you probably just appear like a bunch of lunatics riding a rust bucket amidst tumbled ruins. Alright, up until just now, I was part of these lunatics, but fortunately nobody came. So we're all seeing the same thing? Even communicating with each other without any impediment? Is that even possible? What do you think, Miss Medical Doll?
Who knows? But perhaps I could do it.
Have some faith in yourself. You already did. The critical variable in pulling off a collective hallucination might be anxiety and stress, or the rate of spread achievable in an enclosed area. You, on the other hand, probably used something that was quicker and more convenient. Drugs. This is the poison that you control. This isn't the commander, this is the professor. Yeah! I'm like, we're having a professor moment, I see.
I feel like you're putting me on trial. How exciting.
You should know about LTs better than me.
I just knew you were familiar with that drug too. But unfortunately, not even I could get that much LTs. After all, I'm just a frail and weak medical doll. And I definitely wouldn't be able to kidnap all these people.
You probably couldn't get LTs directly, but for something else, it might be possible. If Nikita's intel is correct, Manga Security was escorting a shipment of a special cargo, codenamed Blackcurrant.
They have completely different names. What do you mean is the connection between them?
Most of the Blackcurrant shipments was just ordinary canned goods, but according to the intel I received, a large portion of the cargo loads Manga Security was transporting to the contamination zones contained the contraband drug LTs. Oh yeah, right, they did bring this up during Nikita's event. Monkey Security? Why does that name... Blackcurrant? Transport? Due to the effect of the drugs on their hallucinations, the guests don't quite seem to understand the meaning of those words, but their unconscious responses make these terms feel familiar to them. This reaction perfectly validates my guess. And as it turns out, every single guest here besides you and me just so happens to be Manga Security transport personnel. One could say that it was them who brought a full load of Blackcurrant all the way over here to supply both the guests and LTs for you. And it was you who hijacked the truck right here and used the contraband they were transporting to engineer a collective hallucination, forcing them to go through one game after another. So the events that she was forcing them to roleplay and relive in that haunted house might have been the lead-up to the truck hijack. That's strange. Why are we here?
You idiot, where did you get your license? At this rate, we won't reach LBI 14 even if we drive through the night. How could you even handle all those transport runs with such crappy skills? If you tried that shit in the contamination zone, they shoot your pants off. Shut the hell up. I'm checking the route now. Damn it, what's going on? Who changed your route, and when? Do you know how many shipments we've lost already? If we fuck this run up, we're all going down together.
God damn it, who messed with the vehicle loud enough? The road's been messed up ever since we left the warehouse.
Bloody hell, who else will touch it besides you?
It is my fault. I'm sorry. I messed up. I messed everything up.
Esme, why is it you? What are you doing here?
LBI 14 will live? It would be so funny if they were actually headed to live. No wonder they were so scared. After all, moving a blackcurrant shipment of that scale was not an ordinary assignment. In addition, they were already panicking from messing up the assignment. Combined with the large dose of LTs you gave them, it's no wonder they became putty in your hands.
Even if you're correct about your observations, that's nothing but a sensible sounding supposition, Commander. Perhaps it was the Mangi security people dipping into their own perk after learning how valuable the shipment was. But then they ended up getting stuck here in a hell of their own making. In other words, all this was nothing more than the result of their own greed, which coincidentally happened to turn into the collective hallucination you were talking about. That sounds like quite a miracle, don't you think?
What you say makes sense too. And losing the shipment might be nothing more than a wordplay to evade responsibility for their actions. But that's just how lies are. To deceive others, one must first deceive themselves. Also, the symptoms of these people don't look like those of LT's users, even if they are very close. Apart from the hallucinations and severe cognitive impairment, there are also signs of memory loss, poor awareness of time and location, visual and auditory impairment, and other major symptoms. All of these are very rare in LT-related reports. Among all of them, you are the only one with the ability to improve on LTs. Also, you aren't beholden to Mangi security. You possess pharmaceutical skills, and you even serve as the park manager to keep up the hallucination.
Me? Commander, you seem to have forgotten something. I have no reason to do all this.
Florence suddenly laughs, and there is a hint of excitement in her eyes. Exasperation fills my heart. It seems she's completely lost in her role. Or rather, that's what makes me even more certain that it's you. After all, only you will do the sort of thing, right? Orchestrating all this simply and purely because it was fun, in search of a thrill.
Of course! Seeking thrills is my core directive. But I'm not that bad, am I?
While everything she says is designed to avoid accountability for her actions, her expressions and movements are getting bolder and bolder, to the point where I suspect she's trying to provoke me. It's hard to say. Florence loves excitement and thrills, but that's not the main problem now. In order to deal with this incident, I need to start by dealing with her. All you need to know is that I and everyone here will no longer be playing this game with you. Florence glances at the blank-eyed visitors, then she gestures grandly, and several robots move up to surround us.
Is that so? What a shame, but I can't let the game end yet. You and the others will need to keep us company for a while, Commander.
X stood out? Yeah.
Let me make things a little more exciting, Commander.
That angle was completely... what's the word? It was important to the plot. They made Commander say the line! I can't believe this. Who localized this game? Congratulations, you win at life. It's time for your correction, Florence. But yeah, I'm like, Because I'm like, yeah, it could be Florence, but why would she be doing it? I'm like, yeah, I mean, she's terrifying.
There's no doubt about that.
どうってことないわ。了解。
But yeah, she's not like evil. So what is she getting from all this? Or like she doesn't strike me as the kind that will just do this for no reason. Like she is kind of insane, yeah, but we are talking about the person that was trying out some weird experimental medicine on herself in order to save someone. Because she would have rather tried it on herself than on someone else. A lot can happen in 10 years. Also true.
I lost.
Florence slumps to the ground, her body contorted from the excessively difficult pose she's trying to take. She lifts her head in excitement, her cheeks flush in a suspicious red.
Congratulations on completing Thriller Wonderland, Commander.
Playtime at the pretend park is over. You gotta stop talking like that now.
Aw, don't be so hasty, Commander. Why not finish the punishment round before claiming your grand prize? However, this time, I'm the one who'll be getting punished.
The robot silently approached me, offering mysterious devices and syringes loaded with liquids in various colors for me to choose from. What are these? I randomly pick up a syringe.
Ah, I can't believe you picked that, Commander. Your boldness is so surprising. Still, it's also very exciting.
I immediately put the syringe back down. I pick up the stamp book. Outside the hallucination is nothing more than a tighter stamp book with a distinctly retro feel to it. Clearly, it came from the same era as this abandoned amusement park. There's a brand new stamp on the final page, as though to remind me that everything is over. Damn! We're approaching the end. Just a second, I have a message in Discord. Anything important? Oh no, it's just a ping from a server. Okay. I'm checking Discord now because, I don't want to repeat of yesterday with my sister. She didn't mind, but, I feel bad. Price exchange. Dear guest, please select your price.
So, what kind of prize did you want after completing the game?
Florence still seems to be immersed in her park manager role, which comes off as a little bizarre. I hand the stamp book over to her. I want you and all the people who died in the hallucination. Florence furrows her brow. She seems to be thinking. After all, this is a grand prize.
Unfortunately, you can only pick one of them. You may have beaten me, but the respective hallucinations are still going on. Even if they realize it's a hallucination, they'll soon forget about it. In their eyes, the world is still a dreamlike amusement park of fantasies.
There's a fine line between poison and medicine. After hearing what Pauline said, I'm wondering exactly which part of what you provided was poison and which part was medicine. And my guess is that she hasn't dosed them with the improved LTs for a long time now. Otherwise, there wouldn't be so many guests going crazy. My recovery, that was probably because of Florence's somewhat theatrical treatment. It wasn't just me. Pauline, Esme, Mireille, and the others. Everyone who claimed a reward regained some of their clarity. If all she wanted was to trap them here forever, then tending to their bodies and minds would be important. But she'd also have to top up the improved LTs. But the truth is, everyone will have steadily learned the truth during the games. Even a case like Pauline's. What's happening now is not normal. And besides, thanks to you, my head is fully clear now, and I remember exactly what kind of person you are. You were the one who treated me, right? I watched Florence's reaction as I questioned her.
Treated you? The reward was used to top up your dose of the improved LTs. Still, there are always those who recover quickly.
She's clearly lying. The improved LTs acted as a poison, but after receiving the rewards, the guests' minds became clearer, as though they had taken medicine. But if she really was the owner of this park and the architect of this entire scenario, then why would she need to lie about this? Truth be told, she's done far too many things that weren't strictly necessary. I say, looks like things are as I guessed. Florence was probably treating us in secret to avoid someone's eyes, and this person is probably the mastermind behind all this. I look around and count the number of people again. Before playing Sweet the Starting Night, there were 12 guests apart from Florence and me. After that, Esme, Mireille, and Pauline received punishment, so there should only be 9 people left. But there's one more. Because no matter how many times I count the group, there are 10 people here now. Did any new players join us?
I wouldn't have been able to stay with you if there had been, right? After all, I'd have to guide the new additions around.
I nod. Florence has no reason to lie about this. In that case, the only explanation is the dead coming back to life. Where are the people who died in the game?
You've already seen them, Commander. Albeit through a veil.
She must be talking about that makeshift clinic where Florence was performing her surgery on me. She'd even blocked my line of sight back then. Are they still alive?
They're mentally scarred, but otherwise fine. However, their brains still think they're dead, even though it's just a hallucination, so they won't wake up for a long time.
Which means they aren't already dead. Is that right? Mia, Flor, Esme, Mireille, and Pauline. After I find them, I see all 5 of them have received treatment for Florence, and they're slowly recovering from the symptoms. I remember what Pauline said about people only starting to die on the rides after a certain point. Did anyone else die before this? Florence shakes her head. That narrows things down. I think I know who it is. Only one person could have done this.
Ooh!
Damn, Commander being a detective here. Dark dreams, dark hearts. The seeds of evil grow strong, nourished by desire. Aha, flashback.
Oh, you're awake? What a surprise!
It was I, William! It's treatment time again. Florence wheels out the usual paraphernalia and stands by the side of the girl's bed. Oh, there she is. Do I really not wake up that often?
Of course. Also, judging from your vital signs, it seems you didn't consume any outies today.
Florence performs a routine examination of the girl and reads off her parameters.
It must have been hard for you to resist the urge, right?
As Florence prepares to administer the first of the treatments, the girl shakes her head in silence. Hard? It must be harder for you, isn't it, Florence? After all, you've been caring for me for so long, and yet my body remains like this.
The less you think about that, the easier things will be for me. You can heal your body. In fact, I've cured a lot of exotic illnesses in the past.
But there are exceptions to everything, aren't there? Rather than waste your time on someone beyond help like me, why not use your efforts on something else?
You do realize I'm not doing this for free, right? I'm hardly a philanthropist.
Are you talking about how I help repair your frame? Well, aren't you a grateful doll? I did it because it was convenient and it fell within my field of specialty.
You've been helping to care for my frame all this time, right? Then I might as well help you care for your body too. And besides, I'm curious about diseases and symptoms I haven't seen before.
And so, this human and doll who will normally have nothing to do with each other ended up coexisting briefly due to their specialties both lining up. That's true. After Florence checks her syringe, she pumps the plunger to get the air bubbles out, licks it to remove any stray droplets, and drive the sharp needle into the girl's skin. Hey! Thank you for the super chat! Wait, I can read the message from here. Burger money? Let's go. Florence, would you like to go with me? To an amusement park, I mean? Huh? This is the first time she's asked Florence this question, and it catches her off guard. Florence ponders what it could mean, whether for good or ill. The girl grasps Florence's hand mid-injection.
You know I love amusement parks.
Oh, yes. I almost forgot. You know them better than I do. I can't live without you.
Once you make a full recovery, I'll take you to one.
You're lying. You're lying to me, aren't you? But it's alright. Even if you're always lying to me, I'll always welcome you to my park. Oh yo, look at that face, holy fuck! Florence, I'll be bringing you to my amusement park soon. Something's wrong. A strange feeling suddenly rises up from the depths of Florence's narrow cloud and spreads through the rest of her body. This should be an ordinary conversation, but in that instant, Florence finds that she's frozen solid. No, she's not frozen. Rather, she can't move. It's as if Florence has broken down, and no matter how hard she tries, that hand of hers is frozen halfway through the pressing the plunger of her syringe. What's up, Hot Wheels? How dare you? Actually, I'm not gonna keep reading this with the flashback echo. Too long for that. And it won't be just you. Many, many more people will come to my amusement park. Don't worry, I'll play with all of you. Your amusement park. It isn't just her fingers either. It is then that Florence realizes that every single part of her has been forced to halt. She can't even speak normally. That's right, mine. My amusement park.
What you done to me?
The girl ignores Florence's choppy speech, and her pretty face twists up. I guarantee that this will be the most interesting and exciting amusement park in the world. Let's enjoy it together, shall we? Even though she's never actually been to an amusement park before, her delusions drive her to utter such crazy things. I guarantee you'll be satisfied with your experience. After all, we're the same, you and I. Isn't that right, Florence? She's angry. With her visual models shut down, Florence's eyes have gone glassy and dull, like she's shut down. Oh my, pardon me.
You may speak. I permit it.
In contrast to her haughty tone, the girl struggles to bring out her computer from beside her. After plugging it into one of Florence's access ports, she begins entering commands.
What did you do?
Slowly, Florence resumes normal functioning.
There are backdoors to everything, don't you know? Do you like the malicious code I wrote just for you? All your permissions and access now belong to me. Honestly, did you not even suspect me for a moment, even after I helped maintain you for so long? Or are you saying you're looking forward to what I'm about to do?
The girl gently pats Florence's cheek.
Now then, the first thing you're going to do for me is improve Eutis. That should be easy given your skills. Now, what shall we call this new drug? How about euphoria? And then we gotta have a good, long discussion about one of my favorite things. Collective hallucinations.
Ooh, Shiangi. Now we're here.
There'll be a shipment of product coming through here soon. This is our only chance.
If you insist on carrying out such a bold plan, I can't guarantee success.
You do realize that telling me the odds of failure only excites me more, right? And besides, it's not like you can refuse my commands either, can you? Of course, I don't mind you spicing up your obedience with a little backtalk. However, saying that isn't like you, is it? Do you really think things will go well for you if I die?
Bang!
The girl mimes an explosion, but Florence is unmoved and unafraid.
Are you interested in these people or in their shipment?
I wonder. The girl's fingers run over the surface of her portable terminal, and she can't help humming to herself as she sees those familiar faces. That moment when you get out-crazed by another girl? Yeah. Hey! Rafa, what's up? Both, perhaps. I know everyone on this transport run. They're perfect as playmates. Oh, how exciting. The trap is set, and the targets will be stopping at the ramp. We have a 90-second window to act, Florence. I'll bait the enemy, so begin the operation.
Damn, okay. Begin the operation indeed. Oh, hey. Hey, Florence. I forgot she has a giant... whatever the fuck this is. Derecho fuego. This event has been so fun. It's a polar bear? What the fuck is she doing with a polar bear? It's Florence or who knows? I mean, real. Can't deny that. I like the music. I just kind of registered it just now, but it's kind of a banger. No, I can't reach. I'm still more surprised the fact that polar bears still exist. Yeah, honestly. And it's a very muscular polar bear. What do you do, Florence? I have no idea what you do. I mean, I got nothing for you to do, so just be there. Does the guy just kind of follow her around? Dead. Oh, it actually survived? Shocking. Not for long, though. Okay, now I gotta get there. One of us will get there eventually. Aha. Go, G11.
Not exciting enough? It was close, but we did it in the end, Florence. And now, everything is ready. The new drug, the park, and the first batch of guests. With this, Thriller Wonderland opens its doors.
I see how it is. I don't have Florence was level 21. I didn't even notice. I know someone has told you this, but you have potential to voice crazy characters. No one has told me that. Thank you. You know, as much as they terrify me, they are pretty fun too. Final guest. This is the last broadcast before the park closes down, but there are still visitors who are reluctant to leave. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get more water. The laugh you did was insane. Thank you, I'm glad. I'm glad I can provide you with the insanity these characters deserve, I guess. We passed a rust-modded roller coaster. The seats are shaky and look like they could fall off at any moment. It seems like it's been abandoned for a long time. Your reserves are really good, thank you. You guys are gonna make me blush. Sights like these are nothing unusual in the Yellow Zone. I look down and decide to start by dealing with the girl in front of me. Is something wrong?
The wind blows, causing the glass IV bottles above her to glide gently, like wind chimes. A look of panic crosses the face of the girl in the wheelchair, like she's been startled. The mysterious devices on her begin beeping alerts in response to her emotional fluctuations. Oh, come on. I'm not that scary, am I? At the very least, I'm practically a saint compared to what you've done here. Damn, Commander! What's that supposed to mean? What you said just now? What's that supposed to mean? So this is all a hallucination? But I can still see the amusement park. I meant exactly what I said. You were the one who trapped all these people in this abandoned amusement park, right, Esme? Hey, yo, this is Esme? Esme? She tilts her head. Apparently, she does not remember that name. Apart from the others who noticed something was amiss, most people wouldn't even remember having ridden the attractions multiple times. In that respect, there is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong at all with her response. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. If we don't continue, everyone will... What happens if we go on? That's not going to happen, because I've caught the owner of the amusement park. Caught? Who? I approach Esme, then grab the handles of her wheelchair and gently push her. Hey! Where are we going? Miss Manager? She calls for Florence, who follows us without hesitation. The owner of the amusement park is Esme, which is to say, you. Am I correct? I don't know what you're talking about. Then let's start with what makes you suspicious, shall we? Among the 5 dead people, you were the last to enter the park. Esme, how many times have we gone on this ride now? This ought to be our first time here, right? What are you talking about? We only just came here. No! No! This definitely isn't our first time here. The frightened woman grows more afraid after that. Her grip tightens unconsciously, causing Esme to groan in pain as she starts having trouble breathing. Let go of me. I can't breathe. Ah, right. This is only your second time on the roller coaster. Mireille, you knew her name as well, right? Just a name, it doesn't mean anything. But that's because she said my name first, so I asked her name. She said the same thing as Mia, but she didn't go crazy like Mia. Don't worry too much. I've been on this roller coaster about 12 times, and I'm still sitting here perfectly fine. 12 times? Is that about little the Esme and this Esme are the only NPCs that shows their whole face, like the other Maggie soldiers? I mean, yeah, but it's... It's kind of misleading because, you know, the NPC they used for her before, the blonde one, that's not a new NPC. That's just, you know, reuse assets! Yippee! So it didn't really raise any alarm. Clearly someone has not been reading the events. It's from the Yaohui event. Yeah. She was a theater person. Everyone's been on the rides more than twice, but this was only your second time. definitely happened to Miss Esme. In other words, not long after you joined, all the people who were starting to recover began dying on the rides, one after another. Like Pauline said, this slaughter wasn't a risk that came paired with a reward. Quite the opposite, in fact. It was a form of cruel revenge. You couldn't bear to see anyone recovering, so you decided to join the game in person and kill everyone that Florence managed to cure.
But the others were suspicious too, right?
Of course, but if it was them, or if it was you, you'd probably have made your move sooner.
Uh-huh. But Miss Esme died too, and she was killed by Miss Mireille. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I messed up. I messed everything up.
Esme, why is it you? What are you doing here?
You useless bitch! Stop causing trouble here already. Get the hell away from this shipment. It's my fault. I'm sorry. Please don't chase me away or kill me. No!
Yes, because she was the real ghost in the haunted house. She should never have been on the Maggie truck. Yet she was there, and she made the poor guests relive the event of the day they were kidnapped, over and over again.
What does that mean?
Mireille and Pauline both thought that she shouldn't have been there. What do you think that is?
There are too many reasons for that.
Because she's not from Maggie Security?
Maybe.
That's not very likely. After the others regained their memory, every one of them began suspecting me, but none of them suspected Esme. The main reason why they suspected me was because we had no shared memories to prove my identity. That implies that Esme was present in their memories, which means she was definitely a Maggie Security employee. However, she was not part of the transport detail.
Why is that?
Don't forget that during an emergency, having more people that you know around to help is a good thing. But Mireille utterly loathed her, to the point of saying how much she hated her. Now, this is just a guess, but I'm thinking that part of it was because Esme was not part of the transport team, so she couldn't help them out. The other part, what really set her off, might have been because Esme was a serial Utis thief.
This isn't just a guess. It's an all-out fabrication, isn't it?
She laughs in her mocking tone, and the mask she was wearing begins to crack. A fabrication? It's true that Esme wasn't part of the transport detail, but she had another job.
Hey, don't listen to that doll. She's the biggest liar of them all. Esme, you were a doll engineer before, weren't you? Hurry up and think of a way to scrap her.
Esme glances at Florence in a panic, and then looks incredulously at herself.
Huh? You mean me?
As a Maggie Security doll engineer, she wouldn't need to accompany the transport detail.
Even so, saying she's a thief is a bit too much. Well, maybe a doll engineer couldn't help them out. Maybe that was why Mireille hated her.
Her? You're still not going to admit that you're Esme? At the very least, it seems you realize that Esme is the mastermind behind all this. I continue pushing her wheelchair to one of the most common sights in the wasteland, a cliff. Next, I'm going to explain why you're the only one who could be Esme. I release my grip on the handles, causing Esme's wheelchair to roll straight forward. She exclaimed in surprise, but no matter what she does, she can't control her body well. Meanwhile, the edge of the cliff is drawing closer and closer. While mobility aids like these are not hard to operate, there are many better options for moving around than this. Her body might be so weak that it can't utilize more agile methods like prosthetic limbs.
Wait! Miss Florence!
Her voice turns a little hoarse from her screaming, and I reach out just in time to bring the wheelchair under control. By the time she comes to a halt, she's less than half a meter from the edge. Her face is flush red in panic, and her forehead is covered in beds of sweat.
Oh, Commander, you're even more extreme than I am.
From what I can see, after discounting the guest from the hallucination, the only one who couldn't have taken part in transformation is you.
Wait, seriously? Just because of that?
It's true that Esme could have been anyone, but your body meant that you couldn't have been anyone but Esme. Esme looks like she's about to cry, but there's a hint of a smile on her face.
Sorry, but after hearing what you said, I realized it too. It seems I really am Esme. However, I forgot everything that happened in the park, like you said. Perhaps my brain damage got worse after dying and coming back.
Her face is innocent, with a friendly smile on it. I wouldn't call that friendly, but sure.
Even if you were right about everything, that I'm Esme, that I'm severely crippled, and that I'm a manga security door engineer. So what? You could also say that all the killing that occurred after I joined was entirely caused by Florence in order to frame me. That way, she could just stomp all the blame for her crimes committed in search of thrills at my feet while continuing to rub up against you.
So, are you saying that she treated these people, treated me, but could only cover it up with lies, never able to tell the truth, that it was all an act? I look at Florence. Strangely enough, she doesn't say anything.
I mean, it's not impossible.
I have an idea that's more likely. Would you like to hear it? There is a reason why Florence could only treat them in secret and could only remain silent even when you cast doubt on her.
Did I ask for your opinion?
Then get up and stop me if you can. Yo, what? Wait, I gotta send this screenshot to my friends, but like, completely out of context. You heard her, Hot Wheels? Get up and stop me. Holy fuck. Give me Ghost in the Shell collab, Shiki can. Oh yeah, I love when they make Commander kind of savage like that. Well, damn. I ignore her and continue speaking. My guess is that someone was controlling her, perhaps even in possession of her authorizations, which meant that for the most part, she had to obey orders. And so she obeyed her orders and managed this hallucinatory amusement park. Even if she wanted to trade these people, she could only do it secretly.
Surely you're not going to say that I did it because I'm a door engineer, are you?
Nobody else can do it. Am I wrong? I advise you not to keep denying it. Everything will be clear when we take Florence's ownership data. And even if you try encrypting it, our engineers' skills are far superior to yours. Damn!
But that just means you can't take it now, no?
Looks like you know that there are no other doll engineers here beside you. And the reason for that is because everyone here besides you was kidnapped from the transport detail. That was why they were so shocked when they saw you. And besides, did I ever tell you her name was Florence before you called her name?
What?
Everyone else besides you called her manager. Logically speaking, how could you have known her name if you had already lost your memories like the others? How would you have known to call her Florence?
I knew it. All sorts of interesting things do happen at amusement parks. And here I was getting tired of watching this lot scream.
Fortunately, you showed up. So, do you want to say it, or should I do the honors? What's there to say? Yes, I kidnapped Florence, made her modify Otis for me. And then I kidnapped these old friends of mine who all deserve it, mind you, and had them play with me instead of smuggling contraband. Pretty fun, all things considered. So they deserve to die? What about yourself? I never said I didn't deserve it. We could all have gone together. And you... I think you and I could be super best friends. Your approval fills me with shame. Damn! What are these lines, bro? I'm saving this one too. Your approval fills me with shame. That is a line of all time. Exquisite writing. Still, there's one thing I don't understand. How did you do all this? After all, given her current state, it's hard to imagine how she could trap so many people here. Oh, I know I'm weak, and nobody thought I could do anything outrageous. So nobody suspected me when their routes were changed, their cargo was swapped, their trucks were attacked, and when I showed up in front of them. They all thought they could deal with me easily, just as you're thinking now. Thing is, people's perception of reality can vary, just like in a hallucination. I still have many ways to fight. Would you like to experience them? The fuck? Top 10 pickup lines to dress up crazy girls in wheelchairs. That and Hot Wheels, right? Gotta call them Hot Wheels. Oh yeah. Esmeralda, you and Sophia should reunite. Who gets to be the craziest wheelchair woman? A fight to the death. Despite being down for the count, Esme seems even more ecstatic than before. She laughs maniacally, like she's seen something funny. Any more tricks you'd like to pull out of your sleeve? I changed my mind. Why don't you stay behind and keep playing with me? If you do that, I'll guarantee that these people make it back in a healthy and sane state. How about that? You have no grounds to be talking terms with me. I'll be taking everyone with me when I go, including Florence and you. Oh? You're going to punish me? How exciting. Speaking of Florence, I'd like to ask about something. How did you come to your senses? There are backdoors to everything. You ought to know that better than me. Florence has always been trustworthy. And the cutscene just ends on that? Okay, sure. I mean, yeah, sure, I guess. Babaliba clears, no doubt. Honestly, yeah, she does have 2 shotguns. Last one, let's fucking go. Park closing announcement. An amusement park where reality and falsehood intersect presents its own closing. Oh, this is actually a cute icon. She will always be watching until victory is decided. This CG goes so hard.
But what did she do?
Esme's body was already frail. After being defeated in battle, she's a complete mess. She looks exceptionally pathetic as she asks that question. Didn't Florence tell you? In order to continue topping up the LT doses, she asked you to give her a clinic where she could improve the formula and put the guests who were being punished.
You talk like you were actually there.
Well, simple management is boring, much more than my time in Griffin. You should be able to relate, Esme.
Also, things unfolded like Pauline said. Florence used their reward time as an opportunity to try and treat the hallucinating guests. Pauline, Mia, and Mireille all received treatment to various extents. That's why they learned the truth to different extents and recalled their pasts, to the point where they began to sense that something was amiss.
And you approached them because you realized this, Commander?
Unfortunately, Pauline didn't trust Florence even until the very end. The others also broke down to different degrees, and some were even discovered by you, who knew everything. That's why you took action and began killing them off, right?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, I ran into a tough cookie like you.
Esme smiles and nods without reserve, her mask completely off now. Florence was the one who asked me for help. To be precise, I came here to help her.
Only a patient as cooperative as the Commander, possessing great willpower and willingness to work with their physician could complete the full course of treatment. So, how does it feel to be healed? Thanks to a few special ingredients, not only should you be feeling alert and full of energy, other parts of you should also be so full of energy that you can't stand it.
I'm at a bit of a loss for how to respond to Florence, so I turn away and continue speaking to Esme. Not now, Florence. But yes, Florence did help me get better.
Well done, Florence. To think you dare do something like this on my watch.
Never give a pharmacist her own lab. Still, this ought to count as a surprise, right? And besides, you're having fun playing cat and mouse too.
That clinic was where Florence adjusted and stored the modified drug.
But if I'm not wrong, I only gave her permission to inject the modified LTs, right?
I mean, the Commander already left her mark on my body and soul.
Whatever you say, Florence.
Florence walks over and settles up to me, not just subtly hinting at something. Give a proper explanation.
Damn, okay.
I'm referring to a forced execution command that the Commander gave me. While it was meant for more amusing diversions, that command can bypass all authorizations and directly seize frame control permissions.
What?
While it only works for a while, it's enough if you just want to give someone an injection. Think of it as something like a safe word. After all, the Commander's always so eager and forceful, to the point where my body has trouble keeping up.
Hey, don't say things that people might misinterpret.
Oh, don't be shy, Commander. Esme won't get it.
You're just making things worse.
I've heard enough.
I'm like, wait, what?
A forced execution command that the Commander gave me. I'm trying to think why would they have this? Everything is clear now. In short, you betrayed me, didn't you, Florence?
Betray? That's not the word you should be using when it comes to me, is it? You should have known this from the moment you should have known this from the moment you hijacked control of my body. Isn't an outcome like this exactly what you wanted? I wasn't part of the hallucination. Frankly speaking, I was getting sick of watching you all freak out. Are you not entertained? You should be creaming yourself right now.
Why are you gonna use that wording, Florence? It's so funny that they can just put that in there also. It's insane. Insanity. Absolute insanity.
Yes, I am. But it would be terribly unfair to hoard all the fun to myself.
With the last of her strength, Esme bangs on a console beside her.
Stop!
I draw my gun and fire 3 shots in rapid succession at the device. But it seems she didn't enter a command, only push a button before slumping into her wheelchair like she's given up on everything. She doesn't even react when the bullets punch through the console and shower her in sparks. Beside me, Florence is clearly on the verge of blue screening. Her various models are in various stages of shutdown. Her eyes are unfocused and she can't speak.
It's an error cloud delete command.
Yo, what?
If I'm not wrong, she hasn't been back up in a long time.
Are you fucking insane?
There's no stopping it. After all, you just shut up the one thing that could influence her neural cloud. Now even I can't stop it. Why don't you kill me? Kill a shitty human being like me for the sake of a robot. Or no. Even if you don't do anything, I might die soon enough anyway. Isn't that right?
First off, you can shut up now. I'm not interested in listening to the confessions of the defeated and whatever tragic backstory you have that you're using as an excuse to commit crimes. What are these lies, bro? I'm not interested in listening to the confessions of the defeated. Yo! Exquisite writing. I'm stealing that one? Me too. I'm saving it. Wait, I got a Discord notif. Oh, nothing important. With my gun. Secondly, I'm not interested in judging anyone, so I'm not going to do anything to you for the time being. And finally, you pile up so many sins that destroying a single doll is a drop in the bucket for you. So don't try to draw false equivalences here. That said, I'll make sure you get what you deserve. I guarantee it.
Oh, don't worry. Doesn't she have that... what did you call it? That safe word? Do your best, Florence. Show me just how you'll protect your neural cloud now.
Damn, bro. Oh, so that's how she tamed the bear. That was a cute animation, though.
Looks like I'll have to put in a little effort to return to the commander's side. You will make sure I'm properly compensated for this, right, Commander?
Oh yeah, this is the Makeros OST. The one... How's it called? One hit kill? An absolute banger. Good thing I have my Kiaru in here with me.
That came up so well. I kind of like that we're getting stressed about the dolls in between the major story events. I mean, yeah, no, that's always been fun. It's just that, you know, in the case of right now, it's kind of been a while since the last major story event. So the pace feels weird, but, you know, this event has been fire. Has been ages since Exilium. I mean, we'll have some others in between, but you know, as I said before, Exilium was the last that kind of progressed the plot a little. Like it was like a little pause from the. You know, it was still like a little pause on the way to leave, but it felt like more connected because it's like, you know, they were basically collecting 404 like on the way. But then everything else since then has just been like, oh yeah, you know, I mean, we gotta get there, but like, you know, you were just gonna stop here for like no real reason. Oblivion when? Ferrari has a theory that they're pushing it for anniversary, so that still gives us like 1 or 2 months, which has been shambles. But you know, I mean, I'm happy that this event has been like amazing. Nikita's event was great too, because you know the last 3 events, the previous 3 that we got before this one, only one was pretty good. The other 2, we don't talk about it. Where are you eating, Florence?
Florence yelps and collapses on me. As I try to catch her, her added weight makes me lose my balance, and I end up meeting the ground as well.
Florence?
I look at Florence, trying to see if she's back to normal.
What's this, Commander? Were you worried about me?
Florence studies me briefly, then smiles smugly before turning to grind herself harder on me. Fuck you, Florence.
You managed to help her?
She helped herself for the most part.
Esme's body is at the end of its tether, and her voice is barely above a whisper. It is a reminder that not everything is over, even if Florence is back to normal.
If you're fine, you can get off me now.
Her response makes me certain that she's fine. Together, we help Esme up as we wait for the Elmo to arrive.
So what do you plan to do now?
Well, as a medical doll, what else can I do?
Florence's thoughts are the same as mine. No matter what the people here did, we have no intention of passing judgment on them. Once they're treated, we'll have nothing further to do with each other. However, these contraband drugs, however little there is left of them, are taken by Florence as research samples.
Don't you feel happy to have survived such a big incident?
I don't know if we can consider this a success. I feel more worried than happy.
I suppose it was quite an exciting experience for us. So would it kill you to enjoy it a little more? Besides, it would have been fine even if I really had been destroyed. After all, sacrificing themselves for humanity is a dual purpose.
Florence stands up and heads back to the clinic.
That said, I'm going to cure these people first.
I suddenly recall everything Florence did and said during the reward time segment earlier.
Your treatment methods seem a little questionable.
What are you thinking, Commander? All that was a special service for you.
So all that unnecessary crap was just your sick fetish?
Still, perhaps it was all a hallucination. And all Florence did was just a simple injection. No, it wasn't. Trust me.
Commander, are you saying that I was so seductive and charming in the hallucination that you finally fell for me?
Even if that was the case, it was just an illusion.
Well, we can't truly perceive the real world. All we know is what our senses tell us. That being the case, there's no harm in treating our dreams as reality, no? After all, in the end, the only thing we have are our memories.
Saying so, Florence suddenly presses up against me and takes my hand before dragging me to the clinic with her.
So let's start by finishing the treatment.
Will that include Esme?
Her treatment won't be as pleasant. Oh, yes.
Florence looks up at me, the familiar, foxy smile on her face.
Still, if you miss your war time so badly, then when we get back to the Alma, I can let you experience the true meaning of a special service. I promise that it will feel much, much better than this. And you can experience it if you give me a love of my own. You will, won't you?
No, I don't think I will. Down, Florence, down! Someone sprayed her with water. Holy fuck. I'm so sad that Lena hasn't come yet. This is terrible. Yeah, where Lena at? It's so sad. But yeah, that was an event of all time. I just quickly get back here. It's getting a bit late for me. I mean, not really, but yeah. I need an adult, real. That was something. Yeah, it was great though. It was so good. What a great event. It almost makes me forget that we haven't had plot development since Exilium. Almost. Yeah, that was super fun. The lines at the end, you were like, holy shit, they didn't have to go that hard. But I'm glad they did. I still can't get over the get up and stop me if you can. Like, holy shit. I love it when Savage Shikikan comes out. Yeah, it's great. I love when they show more of their Savage side. Because, I mean, Commander has been through some shit. So it's great. It was great. It was a great event. Enjoyed it a lot. The same with Florence, new players are not ready for her. I kind of wonder what the reception between new players is. They should add a voice for this event later. Yeah, I would love to hear all those lines voiced. Sadly, they won't. I mean, I guess it's not entirely off the question, but it will be like in the very, very future. For now, they're just not doing it for events that are not main story related. She's going to be a hit or miss, or they will love her or hate her. Yeah, I can see that happening. No in between. I am the in between. It's me and only me. But I do, you know, like I don't like characters like Florence, and they make me kind of comfortable. But you know, I've been shown through this event and her event in some of her event in Nera Cloud. I can't remember. I can't even remember if it was her event or someone else's. But like she showed up a lot. That she's fun. You know, she's a fun character. Yeah, major events should definitely be voiced. They've been so far, you know, so they're keeping that going. But for minor events like this, they're just doing them for if they're connected to main story. I guess it's also kind of a way for people to tell. You know, it's like, oh, you know, you started a character event, but it's voiced, so you're like, okay, gotta look in. Gotta lock in. This shit gotta be important. It's funny, I like her. Yeah, she's very funny. I mean, she's a fun character because, you know, she has all this horniness. And you know, and they have all this play with her on like the syringes and the drugs and stuff and shit. But then you actually see her working, and she's not a bad person, like, at all. Like, she is actually very serious when it comes to her job. And I like that they also showed that here at the end, when she was like, okay, but I'm gonna, you know, whatever happens, I'm gonna cure these people first. And how, you know, she was treating Esme just because Esme had fixed her frame. She was kind of insane. But I like when they show her like that, you know, like she's not a bad person, like she's not like actually crazy or anything. And she does actually take her job very seriously as a nurse. So, you know, it's just I do find she's a very fun and interesting character. But I want a restraining order on her. I miss a lot with the events. Missing Andoris still hurts me. Should have missed Andoris. Her event was also very fun. I mean, it wasn't fun in the same way as this one. You know, this event was really good. And Doris was mostly, you know, if you like 404, you're gonna enjoy that event a lot. It was very, very cozy. And had a lot of 404 moments, which made me go insane. I mean, her artist loves to draw her. I love when artists like are in love with their characters so much they just kind of draw them. They just do fan art of them, like constantly, like Imoko. I'm just like, hell yeah, you know, they put a lot of care into the character. I want to see her interaction with Courtney. I wonder how they will get along. But yeah, great event. Peak. I got nothing to say. No complaints here. This was great. Absolute cinema. You can really feel that this is one of the latest or like more newer events when they had already found their ground once more and actually knew what they were doing. This and Nikita's, you're like, oh yeah, okay, this is Girls Frontline. I see. This truly is Girls Frontline. More peak event writing coming from here on. I can confirm it. Let's fucking go! Because as I said, even if I enjoyed Andoris' event a lot, I would say like the last one we had with like peak writing like this one was Nikita's. Andoris was mostly like, you know, kind of more targeted for people that like 4-4. Then stand up and stop me, said the base mander to someone in a wheelchair. Absolute insanity. Absolutely based. Those lines, I have them saved here. Get up and stop me if you can. Your approval fills me with shame. The other one, I'm not interested in listening to the confessions of the defeated. Like, wow, damn, Commander, calm down! You can't just be dropping one-liners like that one after another. You know, leave some for the rest of us. Sheesh. But yeah, anyway, it's gonna be the last weekend you see me for... I still don't know if 1 or 2 weeks. Gotta confirm with my sister. But yeah, next weekend, no streams. I will be sleeping. The week after, I'm not sure. We'll see. My favorite genre of Shigekan, yeah. Commander was so sick at that point when she's like, man. But yeah, next weekend I'll be sleeping, so don't expect anything from me. During the week we'll be doing more Silent Hill. I was gonna do more Silent Hill on Thursday, but then I remember it's Maple's birthday, and I'm gonna be there. I think that was the plan, I believe. So yeah, we'll probably be over there. And then on Friday, if everything works well, we're doing member stream, in which I'll let you guys torture my umas for some reason. I don't know why I'll let you guys do this to them, but I do it for the content. But for now, I really need to get going to get to eat something and get some chores done before having to go get my sister. So thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Unless you want Florence to come for you, though I guess some of you do want that, so I guess don't take care of yourself in that case. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!